Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Little Things Podcast, and I'm your host, Bella. So, I posted on my Instagram that I was going to be doing a new little thing called um called Confessions with Bella, and it turned out really freaking good. So, thank you all for responding, asking for lots of advice. So that's kind of what we're going to be going through today. I'm just going to kind of look at, I'm just going to be answering questions. So there was a lot of like situations that people responded with and was like, hey, I need help with this. Hey, I don't know how to navigate this situation. Um, and it's just pretty much going to turn into a thing like me responding to you guys. And if you need any advice about anything, relationships, life, literally anything, I'm going to be answering your questions. And so, yeah, I got a lot of good feedback. So I appreciate you all for responding. But I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. That was last weekend. And, my Friendsgiving was amazing. I had amazing Thanksgiving, tons of food. And I'm just kind of excited for Christmas now. It's December now. So when you guys see this, it's December now. So it's just crazy. It's cold, but wherever you wherever you guys are at right now, embrace it. Okay, let's get into it. So, up first, we have obviously these are all anonymous, so I have no idea who they are, which makes it a little bit more fun. Somebody said, I'm having a hard time finding peace in my past and forgiving those who did me wrong. Is it okay to forgive and forget? Forgiving and forgetting, I feel like it depends on the situation. Like, it depends on how wrong they did you, I guess. For me, I know people in my life who will like hold grudges and be like, I'm never gonna talk to them again. And it's like, I feel like it's easy for them to just kind of like shut them out of their life, shut them off, and like never talk to them again. And for me, that's just not the case. I'm definitely one to forgive and give multiple chances. But yeah, it definitely sucks finding you're having a hard time finding peace in your past because you can't go back and change it, and you can't go back and control what somebody else's does, or even right now in the present, like you can't control what somebody else did to you. The only thing you can control is how you move forward from it. So if you're having a hard time like finding peace in your past, I guess kind of, I don't, it's really tricky. It's a really tricky thing because I don't want to say forgive and forget because sometimes you can't forget what somebody does to you. So, I think when you're struggling with something like that or you're struggling with your past, you just kind of have to change your mindset and be like, "Hey, I can't control what already happened. I can't go back and fix that. And the only thing I can control as a person is how I'm going to take all of my mistakes or take how somebody did me wrong in the past, and what is that going to teach me moving forward, kind of thing." That's how I would view it. And I already mentioned that I forgive people very easily. So that's just who I am. But I don't think holding grudges is good either. I feel like forgiveness is a really hard thing because um like I said, it depends on the person and it depends how close you are with them. But when you know somebody and you're so close with them, like you're gonna move on from it, and I feel like you should move on from it, and you should forgive them and give them that forgiveness, and kind of just keep exploring life together, because you need to understand, like, with relationships with other people, like, you're both human, you're both going to make mistakes. So I think it's important. Forgiveness is important for sure, but forgetting, I'm never gonna forget what they did. I would forgive, but I wouldn't forget, you know? Like, I would remember that that's still a part of them, but I'm also not gonna hold it against them, you know? That's just me. Good first one, that was a good. Okay, I am struggling with the fact that I've never had a boyfriend. I some How can I relate to this so much? Okay. I'm struggling with the fact that I've never had a boyfriend. Sometimes I feel like I am unlovable. How do I navigate this? And this is absolutely insane that somebody said this because I said the exact same thing to my friend Dakota the other night because I was just like, and so in my head, I'm thinking, like, oh my God, I'm unlovable. But the fact that you don't have a boyfriend, no matter how old you are not unlovable. I think that is like, yes, I think that sometimes, and that's like a thing that pops into my head. But then I'm like, no, like, you're a sexy, hot mother trucker. So, like, you just gotta shove those thoughts out of your head, I feel like. You're not unlovable for not having a boyfriend yet. I feel like it's a good thing that you don't have a boyfriend because you have standards for yourself and you protect yourself, you care for you, who you are as a person, and somebody should treat you that exact same way. And if you haven't found that person yet, then that's good, you know? Because you shouldn't settle for anything less than what your standards are. And when it comes to standards, like, uh, people might say that you have high standards or low standards or whatever, but it really, like, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, everybody has their standards. Everybody has something that they're attracted to or they want within a relationship. But I mean, you can't be looking for a relationship either. Like, you can't be just. So it's crazy because I literally just had this exact same conversation with Dakota the other night. You can't go searching for a relationship because you're going to settle for something less and you're not going to find anything good or anything of value in a relationship. You have to wait for those kinds of things to come to you, and good things take time and all that good stuff. So you are even if you feel like you're unlovable because you haven't had a boyfriend in a while or you've never had a boyfriend, that is completely false. You are not unlovable because I know for a fact that there's a lot of other people around you in your corner that loves you for who you are. And, like, yes, having a boyfriend is nice and all, and I feel like this time of year is really hard. Like, when I was talking to Dakota about this, like, it's really hard to see everybody in relationships and stuff like that and be like, "Oh my God, like, it would be so nice to have another person or a significant other just, go on cute dates with in the wintertime and all that good stuff." But, you know, I've come to the conclusion that I can do that by myself just fine. So, and, just do that with friends. Like, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to see other people having boyfriends and stuff, but, with that, you have to understand that it's social media again because that's what this is rooted from. If you feel like you're unlovable because you haven't had a boyfriend, it makes it 10 times worse seeing everybody else have boyfriends on social media and posting about it and having girlfriends and all this stuff. So that makes it harder. And so I just feel like you're not unlovable. I know that for a fact. So, how do you navigate this? You navigate it by being content with yourself, and you navigate it by accepting the fact that it's okay to be by yourself and it's okay to complete yourself before you search. You shouldn't search for somebody else to complete you. Yourself should be complete before you meet somebody else. You shouldn't be searching for your other half. You should be whole before you find your other half, if that makes sense. But another good one. Okay, okay. Um, do you think your birthday is a good time to take a break from social media? I got a lot of birthday questions. I don't know if one person just included all of their birthday questions on here. But do you think of your birthday as a good time to take a break from social media? I feel like, I was thinking about it and I was like, well, yeah, me personally, I post a lot for my birthday. And I also feel like whenever it comes to like Snapchat or Instagram and stuff like that, people wish you a happy birthday. But sometimes it's unfortunate because sometimes not a lot of people wish you a happy birthday. You know what I mean? So then you don't want to. I kind of see what they're saying, like taking a break from social media just so that you like live in the moment and live in the time that you're at and not worried about how many people are wishing you a happy birthday online. But then I think that way and then I'm like, well, why do we have social media in the first place? Why do I have social media? Because I should just be living in the moment all the time. So, do I think that taking blah, 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 blah. Do you think that your birthday is a good time to take a break from social media? Yes. Do I think that there are tons of other times during the year that you should take a break from social media? Absolutely. So, but yeah, I feel like your birthday is a good time to take a little break because then you could just focus on you. But then I'm like, why don't I just do that all the fucking time? Anyways. Alrighty. Okay, next. Someone that is very close to me is changing a lot and is turning into somebody I don't recognize. I am struggling to support them, but I love them deep down. What should I do? This is just crazy how many people are going through the same things I am. So, so yeah, somebody that is very close to me is changing a lot and is turning into someone I don't recognize, finding it hard to support them. But I love them. When it comes to growing up, um, when it comes to growing up, you just have to accept the fact that people are going to change. And people are going to change, and there's nothing that you can do to control that. When it comes to the people that you are close with, them growing up, like I said in the beginning, like controlling, you can only control what you do in the moment. Like you can only control yourself. You cannot control what other people do with their life and how they might respond or react. And like you literally cannot control their life. And if you are doing that, it's really fucked up because one is going to fuck with the person's head and two, it's just that's more degrading of your character than judging somebody else. And like I there's a current situation in my life that I'm kind of like going through this and I don't want them to think that like this is revolving around them. Like I it's just crazy that somebody actually sent this to me. But or it could be them that I'm struggling with. But I just think, you know, you can only if you're finding it hard to support somebody, you like but you love them. So you shouldn't find it hard to support them. And just because it's not something you would do, um, doesn't mean that you should, voice negative opinions about their life. Because, like I said, again, them, it's only going to make them think more and feel like a shitty person. And then it just reflects on who you are as a person. You know that you love them. But some things, like, just you don't have to nitpick every single decision of their life. You know what I mean? It's not your place. And even if you're super close with them, like, even if it's my mom, like, I don't remember the last time my mom, like, gave me a negative opinion. Like, she gives me constructive criticism. That's what my mom does. She gives me advice and she steers me in the correct direction and she gives me her opinion without shitting on me. And I think that's important. And I'm not saying that people who voice their opinions are shitting on you, but me as an individual, I find it hard to give negative opinions on somebody else's life. I am not one to give negative opinions on how they're living their life or how they're navigating their relationships. I'm going to give them supportive um advice, and I'm going to be the devil's advocate. I'm going to give them two sides of the story so that I can let them figure it out. I'm not going to say that it's degrading or it's, changing you for for the worst. Like that's just not the correct way to go about things in my opinion. And that's my honest opinion. So, um if you are struggling with supporting them, I would try if you truly love them and you truly care about them, I would work a lot harder to support them because they need your support because you love them and I'm sure they love you back. So, that's what you should do. Okay, next. Okay. I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want to do after high school. What do you think is best? So, this question also relates to me a lot. I feel like I really struggled with what I wanted to do after high school. I thought I wanted to be an engineer, and that obviously did not happen. I'm just a very you don't know who you are after high school. I don't know who I am now, but you are just so much more lost after high school because in high school you are like surrounded by so many different groups of people and so many like you're just in like a pool of a lot of people and you're just very lost. You're like Nemo, okay? You're like Nemo. You're actually more like Dory because you forget everything, but besides the point, I think that don't make any big decisions whenever you're at that age. Just kind of go with the flow. Don't stress about it. I know that's something that's like impossible to do because I was so stressed out during that time in my life. But the best advice I could give to like senior year Bella is to trust the process and enjoy it. Enjoy every moment, enjoy every, last day of school, whatever, enjoy all of those moments and not put so much weight on your shoulders and not worry so much about what somebody else is going to think if you go to this college or if you don't go to college because none of that matters. The only thing that matters is the decision that you're going to make. So, and I can do a whole podcast on high school because that's a whole big thing. But if you're figuring out what you want to do, what I did is I did the exploratory program at Kent State and I pretty much just I took some of like my gen ed classes because that first semester you're just taking like gen ed classes to begin with. So I wasn't too worried about it. So after taking those gen ed classes, I also took a class called career navigation, and that kind of helped me look at what my actual interests are and what I would actually be good at and be successful in. And it kind of led me to advertising. So now I'm an advertising major. I love it. I am very excited. I want to be, involved in social media and, all that kind of stuff and marketing, advertising, that whole big thing. But I'm very excited. And your major should make you excited. You shouldn't choose a major that is for the money or that is, what other people want you to do because, like I said, it's your life and we are going to be working for a very long time after high school and college. So you might as well choose something that you're going to have fun with and you are going to be happy in. So that is the most important thing. But I honestly don't think anybody should choose a major when they graduate high school because it's just not possible to know what you want to do. And almost every single person I have talked to has switched their major, like whenever they first started. They have switched it to a different thing because they are that first year of college, you are just finding out who you want to be. And like I said, I don't know who I want to be now. And am I kind of like a Nemo now, lost in a big ocean? Yes. But I know more of what I actually want and I'm not clouded by all the judgment of every other person around me after high school. So that's important. All right. Next. What is your opinion on cheating in a relationship and what do you consider cheating? Ooh, this is a good one. So, cheating is interesting. I think it's really hard because my parents have always talked to me about how relationships were back then and during their time and age or whatever. And it's just difficult because somebody could be with somebody, but they're just talking. So, like, is that technically dating or what? We need to fix that. As a society, as Gen Z, we need to just get rid of that talking stage or whatever. Because if you're in a talking stage with somebody and you are getting to know them and you are hanging out with them, and you're together. Like, I feel like you're together, but that's just my opinion. So, when it comes to cheating in a relationship, I think that's pretty fucked up. If you cheat on somebody, that's just like okay, and when I think of cheating, cuz like the second thing is what do you consider cheating? I consider cheating like kissing another girl. I'm this is like boys' side, I guess. So kissing somebody else, obviously having sex with somebody else. Um like hanging out one on one with a girl I feel like that's cheating. I feel like that is cheating. I I don't think that having a girl best friend is cheating, but is it a huge red flag for me? Absolutely. I do not. Yeah, I do not. That's a huge red flag for me. Um so yeah. A lot of people think that like following girls on Instagram or like somebody that's like the opposite sex or whatever, following them on Instagram or going on like okay, this is going to sound so weird, but this is like something that I've talked about with my friends, but like when it comes to like OnlyFans and stuff like that, like having stuff like that, I feel like isn't cheating. I feel like following I know that sounds so bad because then it's like, well, you have me, so why would you want to, look at other girls or whatever? And I'm like, it's really not I don't see in my eyes, I don't see that as cheating. That's not cheating to me. Um yeah, when it comes to like following certain people on Instagram now, if it's like an ex or like I said, the girl best friend, that's a red flag and that's probably going to be a conversation I'm going to have with you. But it's not something that I'm going to be like, "Oh, he cheated. He cheated on me because he followed so and so on Instagram." Like that's not cheating in my opinion. And like same with like the OnlyFans thing, like having an OnlyFans. I remember like one of my friends I think freaked out because she thought that her boyfriend made an OnlyFans, but like I just I don't think it's that big of a deal in my eyes. And like yes, you only have when you're in a relationship with somebody, you should only be focused on that one person and whatever. But it's just like that OnlyFans shit isn't real. So it's like it's not that big of a deal to me. Like I am real. So, I don't know. But I've also never been an official boyfriend girlfriend with somebody. So yeah, I'm not really a good advice giver here because I feel like if I was in a relationship with somebody and, I would be able to like I would just communicate these things like early on. Like obviously if you go and have sex with another person that is cheating, that is done deal, like you're gone out the door. Um, but when it comes to like the small shit, like following somebody or talking to your ex, that is yeah, messaging people, I don't know because like texting somebody like inappropriately, that I would consider cheating. That I would consider cheating. Like messaging another human, that would be considered cheating in my eyes, I think. Yeah, I would not be happy about that. But cuz why aren't you texting me, you know? You know? But yeah, and you know what? The thing with exes and stuff like that, like if they're still in contact with their ex, I think that's a huge red flag. So, I'll get into my red flags and green flags in relationships later on, but that's what I consider cheating. Probably like having sex with somebody, kissing somebody, and what is my opinion on cheating? You're done for and you're not going to be with me anymore. And cuz that's really fucked up. So, this is a funny one. Am I a piece of shit for still living at my parents' house? Well, you are not a piece of shit. I have thought that though. Everything is just so expensive right now. I think everybody has accepted that. Everything is extremely pricey and it's just not possible to like move out at like the age that like my parents moved out. It's just like not feasible. So, I think that it's smart if you're still living at home because one, you're saving money, and two, I mean, you get free food now and then, so it's like perfect. But I can see how like you might think you're a piece of shit. I'm literally filming this in the basement of my parents' house. But I mean, it's just one of those things that you just got to go with it. You don't think about it too much. Just live in the moment. Do what you got to do. Save the money so that when you are able to move out, you can get a nice apartment or even get like a small house. You know what I mean? That's my goal. So, I think that's important. You'll end up saving so much more money that way. So, smarter. All right, next. Um, okay. I am in a relationship where I love my significant other and it seems like we have been together forever. I am very comfortable with them, but sometimes they control me from doing the things I want to do. In the back of my mind, I feel like I am so young and there is more out there. What should I do? Ooh, we got a juicy one. Never saying that again. Um, So you're in a relationship and you love your significant other. I mean, of course you do. And it seems like you've been together forever. That itself is just like so hard because once you get so comfortable with somebody, it's so hard to break that and like it's just so difficult. It's so difficult. And especially because you're very comfortable with them. But the fact that they control you from doing some of the things that you want to do is a huge red flag. I think I was just talking to Dakota again today about how sometimes in relationships you can get lost in them and you can just kind of live for them and do things for them and they control like your moods and everything like that. Like that is not how a relationship should be. And one bad conversation shouldn't be like the end of the day for you. Like you're in a horrible mood for the rest of the day. That's what she was telling me. But like that shouldn't be a thing, especially like just controlling the things that you want to do is a little insane. Controlling at all in a relationship is absolutely horrible for me. Like it's just a very another huge red flag and it's hard whenever you're in the relationship to see it. Um because you're in it and you don't know and you don't understand. So I try and voice my opinion about some of my friends' relationships and, outside seeing in how it looks. But I can only control what I do. So, but anyways, that getting off track. What should you do because you feel like there is more out there because you are so young? Um, I know it's like really hard, like, cause like if it were me, I would honestly Yeah, if it were me, I would not have the balls to end it, I don't think. I would probably keep writing it. Is this the right thing to do? No. I would probably keep writing it out because it's comfortable and I don't want change and I want to do things that I'm used to. So if it were me, unfortunately, I would stay in this relationship. And I know it's not going to last forever, but it's just like one of those things where I'm just gonna embrace it while it's here, you know? So, the right thing to do is probably to end it, like, immediately. That's probably the right thing to do, is to end it because in the back of your head, if you're already thinking that there's more out there for you, you are so young and there are so many people out there that you are gonna meet. And I feel like this is just a phase in your life. I know that's like horrible to say, but like he's just a phase in your life and there's bigger and better things for you out there and I wouldn't settle for anything less of your high standards. So, yeah, that's a sticky situation. Especially if he's controlling you. Yeah, done. Going. Get out of here. Get out. Especially if you know that he's controlling you. Nope. Okay. This is the last one. This is crazy. When it comes to meeting new people, is it better to be bold or kind of shy? Oh, I think I'm the type of person I'm very bold. Out in public, I talk to people, I meet new people, very, very bold. Um, but sometimes people don't like that. But at the end of the day, it really just all comes down to you being yourself, you being who you want to be, and not giving a fuck about what other people think. So when it comes to me, I think it's better to be bold, honestly. Sometimes when you're shy, that's just who you are, and that's fine. But I find myself meeting a lot more people and talking to a lot more human beings whenever I'm being bold. So, and sometimes they might think you're annoying, but if there's people out there that think you're annoying, those are not people I want to be around. So then, bye bye. So, I would say be bold. So, yeah. Okay, well, that's all I have. I feel like this is not that long at all, but I really do appreciate you guys giving these messages to me and reaching out. I know there weren't that much, but it was my first time doing it, so I wasn't expecting much. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you guys reaching out. I appreciate all of you guys watching. I am having a hard time uploading my podcast onto Spotify. There's like 3 episodes that are missing on that app because it's just not loading correctly and not uploading correctly. So, I'm going to stick to YouTube for now. So, go to YouTube for my podcast. Obviously, you're watching this so you know where it's at. But yeah, don't go to Spotify as of right now. I'll let you guys know whenever I figure that out. But anyways, I thank you all so much for listening. I'm going to be doing more of these confessions episodes. So if you didn't get a chance to reach out today or this past week, they will be coming out. Just keep an eye on the Instagram and Snapchat. My Snapchat, I'll put my Snapchat down below or whatever, and you can follow so that you can do that. And I'll also put my Instagram in the link in my bio. I also have a TikTok that will also be in the link in my bio. But yeah, I am very excited. I feel like there are bigger and better things for the Little Things podcast coming very soon. So keep following along. I know you guys are loving it, I think. I don't even know. But yeah, I have to get up and I have to get ready for work. So, whether you are getting ready to go to bed or you are getting ready to start your day, sweet dreams, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for listening. I got a shot. I do that noise every time.